Alrighty. So, give me 2 seconds. I need to get my weights first. I don't want to get them after the whole thing is done. Okay. So, let's talk about the intensity stuff. Excuse me. I think a big point I want to get across is I think people are focused on the wrong thing when it comes to how they should train. I think a lot of people want to feel like they know what they're doing. Or I think, sorry, let me rephrase that. I think people want to feel like they know more than the person next to them about what they're doing. And so, in order to do that, they go and they find these like little things that, like, you could argue matter, but arguing about whether or not they matter would be semantics. Because, like, at the end of the day, when it comes to large amounts of progress, and we're talking about large scale, goals, or sorry, large. We're talking about goals that are, undertaken, or goals that take long periods of time. In the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to make that much of a difference. So, they'll nitpick and they'll say, "Oh, you're not doing this right. You could fix this hinge here, this pull here, this movement here," and they focus on those little things to their own detriment, honestly, because they leave out a huge part of what is super important when it comes to your training, and that is intensity. You can, if I were to do my workouts and I were to stop at when I saw that my form was going to break down, I wouldn't get anything done, because a lot of the weight that I'm moving is heavy enough that like 2-3 reps in, or sorry, not 2-3 reps, like 4 or 5 reps in, I'm starting to feel it, right? My body's starting to feel pain. I'm starting to, hurt because my muscles are tired. And my form is going to break down, not in the sense that like it looks egregiously ugly, but it's going to have little tweaks in it. My body's going to compensate. So in that sense, don't be the person that says, "Oh, I'm going to train with like perfect form the whole way through. None of my reps are going to look anything different." Obviously, you can strive for some form of standardization, but this idea that you have to train with like perfect form is just completely false. If I'm going to make a statement, and I hate making statements like this, if I'm going to make a statement on how you should train in the way that you improve on what you're trying to improve at. Or, I guess, train in the way that improves the skill set you're trying to improve. If you are seeing visible progress, if you are seeing measurable progress in what you're trying to do, then train that way. Don't listen to anybody else. Do what works for you and experiment with the things that work for you. There's so many people out there that will hate on you because they say, "You're not training this way," blah. Like, they have all these opinions that on the littlest things that really don't make that much of a difference in the long run. And I'm tired of having to deal with these conversations. You see them on these social media spaces where people are having full-blown arguments and calling each other idiots over stuff that really doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to make, huge differences whether or not I train biceps one way or the other, your way or my way. As long as I'm training with intensity and I'm training with workouts that I like and I'm progressing at those workouts, then I'm doing, my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's it. It has nothing to do with the little things. The only time that the little things are going to matter are if you are, top 0.1%, 0.001% of genetics. And even then, that's not the majority of you. Let's stop having these arguments like we're all going to be CBUM one day. We're not, okay? You're not like 99% of us are not going to be that person. So what we can do instead is apply generalizations and say, okay, generally it's good to work with intensity. Generally it's good to push yourself harder. Generally it's good to maintain our form, and if our form breaks down along the way, it'll be perfectly fine. Those are perfect examples of what we should be applying to our training. Everything else, it's just for appeal to like some form of wanting to look like you know more than the other person. It's not that serious. And I'm sorry I get so frustrated. It's just like this is what's divided the gym community so much. Or at one point it was like literally two sides of the community, where one side was like you shouldn't apply basic principles at all, train stupid, and then the other side was like, oh, you have to be like extremely standardized, and you have to take everything with like everything should be exactly how it should be. And there was no in between. There was no gray area. If you were in the gray area, both sides saw you as dumb. So it's ridiculous. Just do what works for you, you guys. That's literally like when people ask me what my split is, I'm like, oh, I'm just doing, I'm doing push. I'm doing an Arnold split, but the split that you're doing doesn't matter. As long as you're doing something you enjoy and you're progressing at your lifts, you're fine. You'll be more than okay. And I hate that like we're in a generation or in an era of the social media community or the bodybuilding community, the gym community that's like that me saying that as a hot take. Like it should not be. It's not something that should be it shouldn't be this complicated to tell people what they should be doing to work out. Okay. Whatever. It's not really necessary for a warm-up, and it's whatever. It's not a big deal. We'll do our one set here, one set off camera. We'll set up our weight. Ooh. I brought my walking shoes because they're comfortable. Recently I've been trying to like emphasize squeezing, and I don't know if it's been helping. It seems like it is. Weight does feel a little bit heavier or harder to do, but it could just be like a mental thing. Like I'm like psyching myself out into it. I don't know, we'll see. The thing about training abs is that like you can only train them so much. Like your abs are not going to grow. Obviously, like they're not going to get enormous unless you're on some form of PEDs. So it's whatever. It's less for the look and more for the like safety aspect of having a stronger core. You're a lot less prone to getting injured when you're picking up heavy weight because you have a lot sturdier of a base. Okay. One more off camera. So hopefully, at least, you guys can understand this. Don't listen to people when they try and, put you into this box of like, okay, this is what you need to do. No. If you are looking for a method of training, if you are trying to find a split, if you're trying to, look up or find some form of information on what you should be doing to train, I'm going to stop you right here. This is what you should be doing. Your best. That's it. I know it sounds simple, and I know it sounds like I'm oversimplifying things, but in reality, a lot of us kind of know what we're supposed to be doing. If you're going to the gym, do the exercises that you know you need to do. It doesn't matter if it looks ugly when you're like doing, reps that are close to failure. It doesn't matter if you're, picking up 10-pound weights. Just do your best. And if you're progressing at those things, then you're doing great. Don't let anyone else tell you and draw you into these semantic arguments about, you should be doing this muscle group and you're not biasing this particular muscle fiber. There's no point in doing that. All you're going to be doing is stressing yourself out. Just do your best. That's it. That's all anyone can ask of you. And if you're doing your best, then you're doing great. And I hope that you can take this video as encouragement. If you're doing your best, I see you. That's amazing. And you should be proud of yourself. That's it. That's all you should need. Okay. So, oh wait. Oh, it's right here. Perfect. Perfectamundo. So we'll do this. One here, one off camera. And then we'll check things out. Nope, I ain't going up with that. Okay. One more off camera, and then we'll go check things out. Alrighty. So we're looking today. If you did enjoy the content, please drop a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.